Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about file handling. File handling is one of the important topics in Python. File handling means how to handle files. Now, what is a file? File is a collection of related data stored in a particular area on the disk. Like till now, whatever programming we have done, in that case, whatever answer we have got, we are not able to see it again after closing the program. So now if you want to store your data, if you want to store your if you want to store your information, whichever you have got through a program in a particular file, in a particular area on the disk, for that purpose we use data file handling. In file handling, we need to understand few things. First is stream. What is a stream? It refers to a sequence of bytes. Now, what that means? Sequence of bytes means whenever you are reading from a file or you are writing in a file, the data which is moving from a file or going to a file is in the form of bytes. And that sequence of bytes are called as stream. Data files are of two types. One is text file, one is binary file. Text files are structured as a sequence of lines where each line includes a sequence of characters. Like it is a simple text file that you write in a notepad. The data you are writing in a notepad is called a text file with the extension .txt. Binary file is any type of file that is not a text file. So any file other than a text file is called or it can be considered as a binary file. Now we'll see what is the difference between text files and binary files. Text file stores information in ASCII characters. What is the full form of ASCII? ASCII is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. These are certain particular codes given to each character. So whenever you are storing data in text file, it gets stored in ASCII characters. In binary files, stores information in the same format which the information is held in memory. So it stores in the encrypted form or binary form, but it is similar to how data is stored in memory. Second point, text files. Each line of text is terminated with a special character known as UN, that is end of line. So wherever you are whenever you are terminating a line, a terminator, or you can call as slash n appears there, which you cannot see, but yeah, uh, Python puts it there. In binary files, there are no delimiters used for the line. Some internal translation takes place when this EOL character is read or written. Translation will be there because the information gets stored in ASCII characters. So while coming back, it gets converted. But in binary file, no translation occurs because it is in the similar format. Text files are slower than binary files. Binary files are faster than text files. Now, to work on any of the files, there are few steps which you need to follow. First, whenever you want to use a file, first you need to open it. It is applicable to any of the files. Like if it is a Word file and you want to work on a Word document, even in that case you need to open that particular file. So how to open a file in Python? There is one function called open through which you can open a Python file. Open function takes two parameters, file name and mode. File name is the name of a particular file which you want to open. Mode means in which mode you want to open. You want to read it, you want to write in it, you want to append it, so on and so forth. We'll be talking about modes in the coming time. Open function returns a file object. It returns a file object, so we need to store it in a particular file object. So first we write file object name equals to open file name comma mode. If you want to, let's see an example. To open a file for reading, it is enough to specify the name of a file. So mode is optional. If you are reading a file, then you are not required to write a mode. So if you only write f equals to open book.txt, it will open this particular file in read mode. Other way of writing the same thing is f equals to open book.txt comma rt. R is for read and t is for text file. But you don't need to specify them when you are opening it for a read mode. Whatever operation you want to perform at that particular file, you do that, and after that you need to close the file. Python automatically closes the file, but it is a good practice to close a file on your own. What a close function does, it breaks the line of file object and the file on the disk. After you close a file, you'll not be able to perform any operation on that particular file through the file object. So it is considered as good practice to close a file. Here are the different modes of opening a file: read, write, append. Append is what append does. So first understand what write does. Opens a file for writing, creates the file if does not exist. What it means, it will write, and if file does not exist, it will create that file. But if you have already written something inside it, it will overwrite. So the previous data which is already written in your text file, that will be overwritten. So if you want to write something after, or you want that whatever is written there should be retained back, for that particular purpose we use append mode. Append mode, what it does, it opens a file for appending. Appending means previously written data will be retained and it will write after it. As you can see, for binary file modes, we always write B after the modes which we have specified in text file mode. Read plus, W plus, A plus, they all are read and write, and then you can perform a function, the particular operation. X creates a specified file, returns an error if the file exists. So it will return an error if the file already exists. As I said, T is text default value, text mode. B is binary, binary mode. So now we'll be working on text files. Let's see some example. So for reading from a file, first we'll be doing the read operation. So for reading from a file, we need to have a text file with us. So how to create a text file? Like I have already created one, but let's see how we create a new one. So you can go to new file, you just type whatever you like. So let's say I am teaching data file handling. So now what you need to do, you need to save this. Just see here, save type as text, give a name to it. Let's say test1. It will get saved as test1.txt. So if you want to use this file, we can use it as I have used test. So first thing, let's see the first program which I've written. So what it will do, this program is reading only first 10 bytes. First understand there are three functions: read, read line, and read lines. What read function does, it reads the, like if I specify n here, it reads the n number of bytes. If n is not specified, then it reads whole document. Read line, it reads line by line. Read lines, it reads whole document. Okay. First we'll work on read. This program is reading only first 10 bytes. So first we'll be opening a file. F1 equals to open. Then we have specified that file name. F1 is a file object. It can be anything other than an identifier. So open function opens the text file.txt, text test.txt. str equals to f1.read in bracket 10. So what it is doing, it will read 10 bytes and store it in str. Print str, f1.close. As I said, closing is a good practice. So we need to close a particular file. Let's run the program. You just need to see the first line, not other outputs. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it has read 10 characters including space. Remember that even a space is a byte. It takes a byte. Second one is this program is reading whole file. How? See here I have written R as the read mode. So it is just to tell you that both ways it works. If you are specifying this here and as I didn't do in the previous one, both will work fine. F1 equals to open test.txt in read mode, so it will read from test.txt file and store. Okay, and str equals to f1.read. Read function reads whole file. Print str. So if you see here, whole document comes. Okay, let's move to the next one. Write a program to count number of characters in a file excluding white, that is blank, spaces. So in this program, what you need to do, you need to count number of characters in a file. But as it is specified, you don't need to count blank spaces. Let's start with this. F1.open. So we have opened a file. We have taken count as a counter, which will count number of characters. Str equals to f1.read. So read function will read whole file and store it in str. L equals to str.split. Split function, what it does, it splits the words. So it will split the words and store it in L. Now we'll be applying a loop for I in L. So I will read word by word. So I will carry whole word. Count equals to count plus len I. Len function, what it does, it counts the length, or it returns the length of a particular word. So count equals to count plus len. It will count, add to the previous count. I've just written print I just to specify that I is carrying words, and I've put comma as the end, so it will come between the words. If you see Lauren, comma Ipsum, comma dollar, comma set, and so on and so forth. So it comes, it will after doing the after computing the loop, it will print count. So count comes as 23. Let's see one more example. Count the number of characters from a file. Don't count. No, this is the not the one. It is count number of words. Count number of words. So in this case, if you see, we have opened a file in read mode, str equals to fin.read. So I've taken fin as the file object, fin.read, it will read and store whole document in str. L equals to str.split, it will split the document, or the split str into word by word and store it in L. We have taken count char equals to 0. For I in L, count char equals to count char plus 1. So as we saw in the previous example, I will be carrying words. So as many times this loop will execute, I'll be counting it, and let's run this program. So answer is 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. So this is how we work through read function. So I have given you certain questions in your I've given you certain questions in the assignment part of your notes. They come with the answers, but I feel you should try them first, and then if you're not able to do it, then you can see the answers. Let's see one more example. In this, we'll be using read lines. So the program, what it does, count the number of lines. So we open a file in read mode, we use function read lines. What it will do, it will read all the document, all the lines, and store it in str. We take count equals to 0 for I in str. So in this case, str or I will be working or taking whole one line in I. So one line will go into I. So let's if you see that we run when we run this program, we get output as 1. Why? Because in our text file we only have one line. Let's open our text file. It has one line. Let's increase it. Now rerun the program. Answer is 3. So what it is doing, read lines function, it reads the whole document. So if we, let's say, print str, what it will show you. See, here you can see /n is appearing at end of each line, which you didn't put, but it is a character, end of line character, which appears as soon as you end a line. So this is how Python interprets our text file, how that end of line has appeared or has been reached. So this is how we work on the functions, read functions. We'll be doing how to write in a particular file in the next video. Till then, enjoy and do the questions given in your notes. Thank you.